Hello everyone, welcome to the dmetalgalaxy YouTube channel. For those who don't know us yet, we bring metal interviews, reviews, and dmetal news into your living room. And for those who are already subscribed to our YouTube channel, know what this second review from our program Heavy Goes On and On is going to about. In this program, we do album interviews, and for today, we are reviewing the new album Nighthawk from therisendread. For those who miss it out, subscribe and you won't miss any news from the Metal Galaxy news. So yeah, about therisendread, we will stay local today as it is an Irish band, and not very surprisingly enough, it's an extreme metal band. And however, they stand out of other bands in the Irish metal genre as they have a drive to tour outside Ireland, and also they made just an album about mental illness. And also, if you listen to a few songs, it reminds you of Anthrax and Pantera. These were all the reasons why we wanted to check out the Nighthawk. And also, and this is the reason also we sat down with the guys, Matt and William, to learn more about the album, the concept behind Nighthawk, their influences, musical journey, and so on. And on the base of this, we just, I'm just doing this review. And this review, I will give my thoughts about the song structures, the lyrics, the music, the artwork, and in the end, a summary of everything. So grab your beer and enjoy this review regarding Nighthawk. So let's now talk about the song structure. So the first song of therisendread new album, Nighthawk, is Psychotic. It's a very brutal track, straight to your face. William called it a fast track. And I think it's an excellent choice to start off with this track, as it shakens you up and you are ready for what is to come. And Silent Disease is a great one as well. That's the second one, as it has great riffs and unclean vocals. And then basically there are not really a few songs that stand out as well. I didn't mind, as groove and thrash metal has the flow, and every other track that comes next is basically flowing. And then there were a few guests on this album as well, and I think the guys really had done a great job in scattering them around the album, as they said themselves. If you start with the beginning, no one will listen to the whole album. And I think personally this is a great strategy, because you listen to a couple of tracks that are from therisendread, then you're surprised by a surprise guest, and then you have a few couple tracks of therisendread, and then surprise again, a surprise guest. And as a result, it keeps a certain tension, but as well, we just want to listen to this album from beginning to the end. So yeah, overall, Nighthawk is put together with a lot of care and dedication. And let's go to the next point, music. So therisendread has chosen for Nighthawk an unraw production approach, and it's basically also part of the modern metal scene. And I think it's a great choice, as I have great difficulties with bands that are aiming for rawness in their album, because if you add rawness to the album, the instruments are overwhelming the vocalist, and as a result, it's harder to make out what the lyrics is going to be about. And as a result, it was very easy in this album to understand what Marco is singing. And I think it also enhances the message that the band was going to send, as the whole album is about mental illness. So in short, the unrawness of Nighthawk enhances the message. And let's go now to the next point, which I slightly mentioned, lyrics. Nighthawk is basically a concept album that centers about mental illness, and it's also something very personal to the band. And in my opinion, a very brave, fitting, and interesting choice that could have been a little bit more utilized. First of all, the music blends very well with the music style, thrash groove, as thrash and groove there is a lot of brutality as well, pure aggression, and in this way, the guys just screaming out their inner demons, and it helps them as well in a therapeutic way to process the personal experience they had with mental illness. And this brings me to the next point. It's very amazing and admirable to see how the guys are so open about this topic. And I think personally it can help definitely with people with mental illness, as this whole album, all the tracks, 11, are centered around this. And they not only use their personal experience for the tracks, but as well historic events. And one historic event that really stuck with me is the Italian lazaret, where mental ill people were sent off to island and doctors were running experiments on them. And this is also the thing. I find it a pity that the guys have not utilized this idea more. So it would be great to have just a storybook about all the stories that the lyrics is telling you. And also it would be great to see how the writer of Nighthawk was researching everything and just writing. So yeah, in summarizing the lyrics, Nighthawk has rock solid lyrics that had much more potential. So let's now go to the artwork. I think the artwork is very great, as you see a brain that is like a bit open and someone is stepping out of the brain. And I think this resembles mental illness and the insanity that comes with it. And the colors are nicely used, as you have like red, and then the letters are yellow. And this combination is very eye-catchy, as the letters are standing out. And also the font is a great choice, as the font is not overwhelming, and it's still a bit thrash groove, as it is, as it has unsharp edges. So yeah, was the artwork. So let's now summarize everything. Nighthawk is an excellent album for the seasoned listeners, but it might fall short on those who are seeking a bit more music-wise. Don't get me wrong, the song structure is well thought due to the guest features, which are nicely scattered around the album. And also the first songs makes you ready what's to come. On top of this, the band has really solid lyrics to explore mental illness, which I haven't seen an album on about mental illness, but this might be not enough for those who are not used to such extreme metal music, as well for those who are seeking a bit more variation in the music, as Nighthawk stays in 1-2 genres like groove, thrash metal. So yeah, summarizing, Nighthawk is an album that certainly won't disappoint in the extreme metal listeners. For others, it might fall short. So if you want to have your copy of Nighthawk, just see the links below. And don't forget to subscribe and like, as we will be more content, as we have more heavy go on and on guests and album review interviews and reviews. So see you next time. Bye.